I am John Kaiser at the Metals Investor Forum in Vancouver on May 5th, 2017, talking to Tom Meredith of West Red Lake Gold Mines. Tom, West Red Lake Gold Mines has a project to the west of the Red Lake camp that turned GoldCorp into a gold mining powerhouse. It owns several former mines that operated until World War II. Red Lake had its second incarnation around 2000 when Rob McEwen's GoldCorp discovered very, very high-grade gold, and what people thought was a, worn-out old mine that didn't have much future left. Since that time, we would have expected an enormous amount of exploration in and around this area. This project you picked up fairly recently. What is its post-World War II history? What do you see as the potential there? And why are you in possession of it now rather than somebody else already having discovered another Red Lake gold deposit in this Red Lake Gold project?
Well, John, I've been at the company now for 3 years. I was asked by some of the institutional shareholders to come in and run the company. They saw me as someone who could develop it successfully like I'd done in my previous company, VG Gold. And my goal is to develop a couple million ounces and make it ready for a mining company to come along and buy it and put it in production. So we see the opportunity to take it from the initial 1.1 million ounce resource, which we announced last year, and expand that at the Rowan mine, plus also start developing the next mine, the Mount Jamie mine, and creating some ounces there. And finally, there's great blue sky potential on the property. GoldCorp is keen to have us explore an area called the structural intersection because they see that area on the property as having significant blue sky potential.
Okay, so the bread and butter is the old workings. How deep did the miners chase them in the past, and how deep can this style of mineralization go? Are you drilling angle holes, deep angle holes, to try and figure out where the ore plunges are? What's your strategy in putting together the bread and butter? And I'll follow up later on the blue sky target that you just mentioned.
Sure. Well, on the one mine that we know, the Rowan mine, the veins are more or less vertical. They are 4 parallel veins. The total strike length of the Rowan mine is about 1.2 kilometers, and 4 of the veins hold most of the resource. So what we're doing is we're starting to drill them to greater depth now to expand the resource to depth, basically going straight down. So the resource is between surface and about 500 meters. So we figure if we go another 500 meters deeper, we have a chance of making a significant expansion on the existing 1 million ounce resource. The Mount Jamie deposit, we haven't started working there yet, but our resource engineer has uploaded all the historical data, and he says it looks just like another Rowan. So we see an opportunity to create a resource there.
Now, you mentioned there's some blue sky that has emerged on your property, and of course, what GoldCorp found at Red Lake was actually much better than what had mined in the past. What is the basis for this blue sky optimism that is emerging in this other part of the West Red Lake Gold Project?
Well, GoldCorp is a partner on one part of our property, the Rowan property, and that has a structural intersection. So we have a regional east-west structure, which the 3 mines are situated on, and then a north-south structure that intersects with it. And in the Red Lake mine, which really took Dickinson Mines from a $50 million market cap into an $8 billion company called GoldCorp, after that discovery was made, the high-grade zone, that was at a structural intersection in the mine. And that was what created a bigger, wider zone. And they see that same kind of potential at the structural intersection on the Rowan property within our project. So they have a partnership on that property, and they're asking that their dollars go into that area because they want us to try and find something significant.
So on this target, you are the underlying owner and they have farmed in for a percentage?
Actually, what happened is that the Rowan property, which is one of the 3, was owned by GoldCorp, but is a regional project, so they focused on their mine operations in Red Lake and ignored the Rowan. So we have now, through a person on our board who was with GoldCorp, have a partnership with GoldCorp, and we're operating the project, but GoldCorp would like us to find something significant there.
So are you equally funding, or is...
We're 60%, they're 40%.
So you are the operator and they do not have any back-end rights?
They have one back-end right. They had 2. They had one when the company had originally earned in, they didn't exercise it. They have a second one once we spend about another $1.5 million, they have a second back-end right. We don't think they'll exercise it like they didn't exercise the first one. We think instead, if we find something significant, they're more likely to acquire the whole company. If we don't find something significant, they wouldn't back in. What we'd end up doing is developing the project and selling it to another company that may not be as big as GoldCorp, but is looking for a mine to put in production. And there are several around who are interested.
Now, GoldCorp has become a top-tier producer. Who would be the sort of range of mid-tier producers that are interested in the kind of work that you are doing? We've also seen a spate of deals where producers are buying up to 19.9% of companies. They're not farming in. They're allowing you to keep 100% of the project upside, but they're basically getting an advanced foothold over any competition. Who are the players out there that you see as being most interested in case you do deliver several million ounces of bread and butter ore at near these old gold mines?
Yeah, so assuming we do the bread and butter route, then there are companies that moved into the area with acquisitions recently already, like Alamos Gold bought something just over the border in Manitoba. Yamana bought something not far away. Centerra Gold's coming in Northern Ontario. There's Richmont with the Island Gold Project. These companies are looking for things in Canada, Ontario, Manitoba, mining-friendly projects. So we're building a product for them. So we want to have it up to a level of product that they would buy it from us at some stage at a much higher value than we are at now.
And this is an interesting development that there have been these sort of mid-tier companies that emerged from the last sort of gold bull cycle that aren't, we no longer have a field of like big giant Barricks and Placers and Newmonts that want giant size. The juniors, you hopefully might get a 5 million ounce high grade discovery going there, but even if you don't, you'll have a so-called consolation prize that is of economic value to this whole range of new mid-tier companies.
We're working to develop a base case, what you would refer to as a consolation prize, where we'll just do the work, develop the project, build the ounces, make it ready for someone to come in and buy it, and give our shareholders a significant win by doing the steady development work. And also, we hope to get lucky and make a big discovery that'll make things even better for everybody.
That's the best of both worlds. Work on the bread and butter and keep your option open for an absolute home run.
Yes.
I've been talking to Tom Meredith at the Metals Investor Forum in Vancouver, May 5th, 2017. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, John.